The next example we're going to look at for the topic of solving simultaneous linear equations with two unknown using the elimination method is the following. 5m minus 4n equals 23 and 2m minus 7n equals 11. Okay, remember we are starting by giving our equations a number. Okay, so we've got equation 1 and we've got equation 2, and remember both of them have two variables. So now in the previous video I told you that one of the variables must have the same coefficient to use elimination, but in this case it's not so. This is a 5 and a 2 and this is a 4 and a 7. So it is not having the same coefficient. That means we must now make that the same. And how do we make that the same? We need to get either the variable, the coefficient of m to the same number, or the coefficient of n to the same number. I have now chosen m. So how can I make 5 and 2 the same? I can once again find the lowest common multiple of 5 and 2. The lowest common multiple of 5 and 2 is 10. So I'm going to try, or not I'm going to try, I will make this 5 a 10. So how do I do that? I need to multiply that by 2. But now the principle in mathematics counts again. You must be fair, meaning if you multiply one term by 2, you must multiply everything by 2. Okay, so 2 times 5 then gives me 10m. 2 times negative 4 gives me negative 8n. And 2 times 23 gives me 46. And now I have changed that one, so I will call that equation 3. Now again, the lowest common multiple for 2 and 5 is 10. So I will have to multiply the second equation by 5 to make the m 10. So 5 times 2 is 10m. Then 5 times negative 7 is negative 35n. And 5 times 11 equals 55. So I now made that one equation 4. Okay? I did that so that my coefficient for one of the variables is the same. And remember, I need to have them the same so that I can eliminate that term. So in this case, if you look at the signs of the 10, both of these are positive. So I will have to subtract. Okay, subtract the second equation from the first equation to make m 0. So if you type into your calculator 10 minus 10, then this gives you 0. And with that, we have eliminated, I want to make that purple again. With that, we have eliminated m. There is no more m. Okay? 10 have the same signs, that's why you subtract. And then you have to be fair, so we are just going to go on. We are going to have negative 8 minus 35, okay, which gives me 27n. And then on the right hand side, we've got 46 minus 55, which gives me negative 9. So here once again, people, we got rid of the variable m. Okay, that is our aim with the elimination method. And if you now look at what you have, you can just simply go on finding the value of n, because that again is the instruction. So we will move the 27 over to that side, which will become divide by 27. Then on the left we've got n left over. On the right we've got negative 9 divide by 27, which in fact gives me a value of negative 1/3. Okay, so now we've got the value for n. We now go on with the second equation. So once again, use either equation 1 or equation 2. I'm going to use equation 1. 5m minus 4n equals 23. And remember, now I will substitute n with negative 1/3. So then I have 5m minus 4 times negative 1/3 equals 23. Okay? Then minus negative 4 times negative 1/3 is 1 and 1/3, and it is positive 1 and 1/3. So I will take that over by subtracting 1 and 1/3, which gives me a remainder of 21 and 2/3. And on the left hand side, I still got 5m left over. So now I can move the 5. It's multiplied on the left. So on the right, I must actually divide that. And if I calculate that, people, on the right hand side, 21 2/3 divide by 5, then my answer is 4 and 1/3. So once again, I've got a value number for n, and I've got a value number for m. So then you can do your check. I will only just start. Remember, you can use any of the equations. So I'm going to use equation 2, 7n equals 11. And then I will substitute the n with 1/3, negative 1/3. Okay. And the m I will substitute with 4 and 1/3. So then I've got 2 times 4 and 1/3 minus 7 times negative 1/3. And if you calculate that, you will get an answer of 11, which then means that your right hand side and your left hand side is the same. 11 equals 11. Then you know your value for n and your value for m are correct. So I want to just go through what makes this one different is that we don't have a coefficient which is the same. So because it is not the same, we will make it the same. And that is by finding the lowest common multiple of 2 of these coefficients. So the lowest common multiple of 5 and 2 is 10. So we're going to make these terms 10. And to get 5 to 10, you must multiply by 2. So you multiply the whole equation by 2. So it becomes a new equation, which is equation 3. And then the second equation, to get 2 to 10, you must multiply by 5. So you will multiply the whole equation by 5, okay? Which then gives you equation 4. And then in this case, we're going to subtract equation 4 from equation 3 so that we can eliminate the variable m. We must make that 0. And from then on, it is just simply the linear equation with one unknown, which we solve by using Gr10.